I didn't time my bed on purpose. Time my bed? I mean, shit. I didn't make my bed on purpose because I like the cozy feeling of like the room and feels like I'm in a Discord call just talking with some friends. And it gives kind of an authentic, nostalgic vibe, and I'm all for that. I also think this is how I'm most comfortable in my gaming, old gaming position. I don't game that much anymore. I was really hooked on it in the beginning of university, but now I realize it's just wasting a lot of time. So I've grown colder to it again. And it's for the good, it's for the better. Because gaming really drags you down a rabbit hole that that eventually like you don't even want to game, and it frustrates you, and you got chores to do, you got homework, you got people to call, your friends, family, other things to attend to. But like uh, it's just a disease at some point if you don't have the right boundaries set for yourself, and if you don't stop yourself along the way, if you don't have the willpower to do that, it will drag you down. So um, I usually do things like cold turkey and stop them for good once I do set them free from my habits, and I don't look back most of the time. Also, that's what happens with people as well. People that don't, um, I don't like the word like people that don't serve me, but people that don't serve me mentally is a better word. Like, um, they don't support my well-being anymore, and you just let go at some point for your own health. Um, and it feels selfish sometimes, and it is selfish, but being like if you were a people pleaser like me, then you know that it's not easy to think selfishly, always giving other people what they want instead of receiving and expecting expecting something. I'm sorry if it booms when I talk. It's just something to do with the microphone. But the people that drag you down, um, you have to forgive them along the way, because not forgiving is really taking power away from yourself that you can use for other things and for better things, instead of holding on to that negative emotion. You can use it towards some good. And you can really be more authentic once you've let go of the past and embraced yourself truly. You can be unafraid to be yourself and to be liberated from the fear of judgment and the fear of losing your swag and not being cool. I am quoting Ozzy, Rosie, Ozzy. I am quoting Ozzy, um, because I've watched her videos recently and she's pretty cool. I recommend you check her out. OSIE. But yeah, she kind of inspired me to talk in front of a camera and be just be, if you will. Sometimes the silence comes and you don't know how to break it, but that's okay. It's like my first video talking in front of a camera. Not really my first, but you'll get the gist. Like this is my first experience so far. I actually enjoy silence, and I like enjoying silence with someone else that I know. Being silent, comfortably silent next to someone or in front of someone, with someone. I think it gives a whole other meaning to friendship and how really vulnerable and close and safe you are with that person and how you feel. Because you don't need to disturb the silence. You don't need to put a wall behind it. You just experience it together, and I really think it's beautiful. And the people that I've managed to do it with are also beautiful. But to be yourself completely and to expose yourself to the outside with no filter, you become vulnerable, and you are bound to be unliked. Like, no one has to like you for being yourself. There will be people that like you, but people that dislike you are going to exist, and you're probably going to be more you're going to take more notice of it because it is you they're attacking because you have no mask on, and maybe they're just projecting their own insecurities upon you because they're not feeling like themselves all the time. I don't feel like myself all the time, but um, maybe they don't have the courage to express themselves like they want to, and I'm sorry for them. Maybe they don't have the right resources, and by that I mean friendship and guidance and love. If they don't have that in their pockets, and if they're not surrounded by that, they tend to hate. But we're just not gonna take it personally, and we're gonna move on and maybe even take note of their criticisms and be constructive about it. Maybe improve some of our parts, and like they don't they don't always make complete nonsense. Sometimes um, people that hate make sense. Doesn't make them less of a hater, but um, just learn, get something out of anything you can, really, and tell the bullshit apart from the real. I guess I don't know what else to say. We we really don't have the time to hate each other. We have so little time. What are we doing spending it on all this negative brain rot, soul sucking, stupid commentary that we know is not going to matter in maybe a year, maybe 5 years. Definitely not going to matter when you're dead, and you don't need to take account. You don't need to be so obsessed over some words you've heard from people in your past, in your present. You don't need to be obsessed about the future. You just have to look around and appreciate the ones you have with you, and just sweep the people off your carpet that are disturbing the peace. Sweep the dirt off your balcony. Is that a better metaphor? I mean, maybe you can water the balcony and use like a winch windshield wiper. We have those. We have those for balconies, like for the floor. I don't know what they're called, but they look like windshield wiper. Those plastics, and yeah, clean it with those. All positive vibes, nothing negative. I mean, even the audacity to hate. Of course, we're human. We are supposed to feel emotions, but we're really no better than anybody we've encountered. That's why forgiveness is so important because everybody's flawed. You're gonna make mistakes too. Will you would you want to be expected to be perfect? I don't think so. Yeah, that's it. Much love.